Yo, Supreme Combat Sports here. And today I wanted to talk about Tank Davis, man. Like, is Tank Davis who we thought he was? You know what I mean? Tank Davis fights under the PBC banner. And you know how it is over there at the PBC, man. For the last probably 5 years, certain PBC fighters, or really, to be honest with you, the ones who really had us pulling teeth was Errol and Tank. Well, we got what we wanted out of Errol, but a guy like Tank, man, I mean, is he really who the mainstream fans think he is? I don't think so, man, because he's 30 years old, right? And if you look at his record, man, it's not really saying too much for a 30-year-old fighter. Which is, to be fair, which is common in boxing today because of all the duck language, politics, and everything. The Floyd Mayweather effect, I like to call it, where people are just holding on to their not trying to let it go. But Tank Davis, man, he didn't really get the job done against Roach. I had Roach winning 8-4. Roach stood up to Tank in the paint, man. He took some of Tank's hardest shots. I don't think it was an off night for Tank. I feel like Tank was ready to fight. I feel like he had a good camp and everything. I could tell because of how he was dancing around the ring before the fight started. His usual antics in the ring during the fight. And I just feel like, man, honestly, I feel like Tank is overrated, man. His best, the fighters on his resume isn't really too, I mean, you could say Gamboa, but he fought Gamboa. Gamboa was like 38 years old, man. I like Leo Santa Cruz, so I'll give him that. But, I mean, that's really it. He fought Frank Martin early. He got him out of there early in his career, you know what I mean? But I don't think Tank could even mess with a guy like Keyshawn, man. I think Keyshawn would give Tank some serious problems. And I honestly feel like he should stay far away from Shakur. And I feel like Tank knows this because he knows that the lightweight division is changing, not in his favor. The new generation is here with guys like Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn Davis. And then you got the big question mark with Shakur, who I feel like he's been ducking, or he's not really too adamant about fighting. I feel like Tank was just looking for a big money fight, the thing about Tank, right, that I don't like is he's not a legacy fighter, or he doesn't want to be a legacy fighter, which is fine. You don't have to be a legacy fighter in the sport of boxing if that's not what you want to do, right? But say that. Be honest and say, yo, I'm not trying to be the best. I'm not trying to fight the best. I'm just about the money, and that's it. Don't come on here and play both sides, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and then you're dissing other fighters in your division that want to fight you or that are dangerous fights for you, but at the same time, you're taking the money route. And the thing I don't like about this money route or the easy route or whatever you want to call it is that I feel like a guy like Floyd, right? Floyd had a wonderful career, one of the best careers in this modern age of boxing in the past 20 years. I feel like Floyd had one of the best careers, right? And then after his career was done on the tail end, that's when he started doing the big exhibitions. That's when he fought Conor McGregor. After he put in all the pain, after he put in all the work, after he beat Shane Mosley, Manny Ricky Hatton. So many fights, like Floyd really put in that work. But a guy like Tank, he did not put in that work. He did not lay the groundwork or the foundational work. And he's looking for what Floyd got at the tail end of his career. Like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, do you really deserve that? Like, did you really put in enough effort to get that? You understand what I'm saying? And I don't think Tank did, man. I honestly don't think he did or has done so or even wants to do so. And that's the problem with the state of boxing right now, man. I just don't... the way Tank fights, right? Very athletic, very creative. Doesn't really have a great jab. Doesn't work off of the jab. He fights you in a very unorthodox way. I feel like Tank is a good fighter, very entertaining to watch. But against elite fighters, will that work? He gives up a lot of rounds. And then he relies on the knockout power late in the fight to get you out of there. But if you can take that power, as you can see with Roach, Tank won't be able to handle it, man. I feel like against a fighter like Shakur, Tank will get really frustrated, man. Because as you saw with the Lamont Roach fight, man, it looked like he wanted to bite his ear off, man. Like bite. There was a sequence in there where he was where he wanted to bite the man's ear off, bro. And Lamont Roach, he did more than enough, I feel like, to get the victory, but he wasn't putting it on you like that. Could you imagine somebody putting it on Tank for real, man? I could possibly see Tank getting a DQ. You know, man, I don't really know about Tank, man. I feel like he is manufactured. But, you know, he would just have to prove otherwise. Go for the Lamont Roach rematch, man. At the end of the post-fight presser, he didn't really seem too adamant about that. Like, does he beat Roach in a rematch? Will Roach get up for that fight? What does Tank do differently? I don't feel like Tank... I feel like, honestly, Tank came to fight. I don't really feel like it was an off night for him. People are saying that, but... I mean... I don't know, man. But we'll just have to see. Supreme Combat Sports. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.